Warning, this podcast may not be suitable for listeners under the age of 17 due to graphic language, problematic statements, and the fact that we just don't give a fuck. Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of A Couple Johns. If you don't know who I am the lovely Marquita, and I'm here with my fantabulastic co-host, JD.
JD is in the building. Once again.
So,
thanks for having me.
Right, because I'm the host. How was your day?
My day was cool, you know what I'm saying? Another day, another dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait until I can walk into the building and be like, fuck all y'all.
I was thinking about that earlier. Like, hard body thinking about it like, oh man, I can't wait till we get to that day when my manager or my supervisor texts me like, hey Marquita, let me get your schedule for this week. And I just text him back, no.
I hope he calls so you can bang on him.
I wouldn't even pick up. I'd just be like, oh, look who this is, block list. Like, no, not at all. You won't be getting through to me. I quit. How does that sound to you?
Don't do that.
No, I wouldn't do it like that. Not at all.
Had the police knocking on your door like, Marquita never misses work. She hung up the phone. She's been kidnapped.
I never miss work. I'm always here. Always. I mean, with that thought, it kind of like makes me wonder, like, how do you know when you actually make it?
That's how you know, when you don't care about pissing off your only source of income because you know it's coming from somewhere else.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I just feel like besides that, the small things is what matters to me. Like, when I don't have to glue my own eyelashes on anymore, like, I know I made it.
That doesn't mean that you made it. It just means that you haven't found the right makeup artist.
No, I don't need makeup artists because I do my own makeup. But I'm saying for me, personally for me, when I could just piss money down the drain like that, because what you probably don't know, how much do you think it costs like to put eyelashes in?
I couldn't even.
Right. So like a good pair, like a good, like very like blend in top dollar, probably like $350 to $500.
No.
And it's,
are you talking about like individuals?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I don't have to do my own, I don't have to glue my own shit on no more, the strips no more, I know I made it.
I just learned that there was a difference between individuals and the strips.
Yeah, I don't
That's something new for me.
I don't do individuals because when they start, you ever see those girls that like pluck chickens when they start falling out?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
You gotta pluck them off?
I never had to go through that, but I've seen girls like that. Like, they just start, like, clusters of their falsies start. It's horrible. Don't make that face.
Question, how do you get, okay, so you have eyelashes. You put on these fake individual eyelashes. When you're taking them off, how do you know that it's not, like, your eyelash? Is there a difference? You can tell a difference?
I don't wear individuals.
I'm just saying. It's just...
So my false eyelashes, when I take them off, like, I have a system. But you got to remember, like, I went to cosmetology school, so I know for a fact that your eyelashes shed every so often. Like, your eyelashes shed often. You just don't pay attention. So when I take mine off, I'm not ripping my eyelashes out. That's how I know, because there's no pain involved. But the eyelashes that are stuck in there, we're going to come out anyway. That's why when I take these off, I actually have eyelashes. I'm not one of these, bald-headed bitches.
I never understand the concept of women in hair where they take it off, they put it on.
Well, this is my real hair, so catch that concept.
Around the eyebrows, the eyelashes, let's take it off here, let's add it on here. So hair being added to the head. I noticed neck up, add hair here. Neck down, take away hair from there. Is that fair? Okay.
Yeah, that's a general statement.
More hair up top, less hair down.
That is.
Got it.
I ain't never think about it like that, but that makes sense. It makes sense. I was like, ooh, I should put that on my Instagram.
It's just what I observed. Unfortunately, every girl I've ever dated has always wanted me to watch her put her makeup on, which it makes no sense to me.
What's the problem?
Why do you want an audience so bad?
Cause you just want somebody to be there like, oh man, babe, I didn't even know, like, you had to go through that process. Like, that shit pop. Like, because you need somebody to see that without the makeup, you look good, but with the makeup, it just enhances your features. But you want them to watch the process of how you got there.
Why? Do you want to actually sit and watch a movie be made for a year and a half, or do you just want to show up and see
Does it take a year and a half to put your makeup on?
Yes. That's what it feels like. A lifetime.
Okay.
3 decades.
Well, either way, all I know is that when I don't have to put my eyelashes on, I fucking made it. I'm always going to do my own nails, but when I don't have to glue mine on, and I can be like, oh, take this $500 and make sure they look flawless and natural. I made it.
And those will be individuals?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have not made it now because you're still using that strip?
Are you coming at my strip?
I'm not coming at your strip. I can't tell the difference. So.
Oh, you can't?
I never know if someone has on false eyelashes or not. I know I'm banging with my real eyelashes.
Yeah.
All natural over here.
I mean, so like, that's just a tiny bit of success for me, but like, I know that I want this podcast like to carry us places.
Right.
So like, I know what I want. So, like, what do you want? Like, what do you think success is for you and all this?
Success for me means being able to change someone else's life. So I feel like I have made it when I am able to...
Like, influence people in a positive way?
Influence people, change lives. Like, my whole dream is to be, like, big so I can be, like, the biggest humanitarian on the planet. Because I just feel like people are wasting, like, their millions and billions of dollars doing what? The fact that LeBron James just started this school, and Michael Jordan is worth 10 times more than him, and I haven't seen anything. It's just like, man, that's wild. It's absolutely wild. So, me, that's my goal, just to change the world.
All right, so let me just put my 2 cents in right there.
Got it.
You know that I have an Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, a YouTube. With my YouTube, I put positivity out there, and I let people know, like, you're not alone. So people reach out to me, and they talk to me, and they tell me their stories, and they ask me for help. And, like, some people do come to me and say, you've changed my life. So for me, like, that aspect is a little bit different. I don't think that I'm a saint or anything else like that. Like, I help people like that. I've done hospice, and I've just always, been a helper. But for me, like, I don't think that that's, like, success to me because that's what I'm used to doing.
Yeah, it's an everyday thing.
Right, exactly. For me, it's almost like an everyday thing. It kind of comes natural, so... To each his own. I mean...
Now, I want to do something big. Like, I mean, helping people every day, that's great. I do that for my job. Like, I fix bombs all day, every day, so that's just regular. But I'm saying, like, doing something with a major platform.
Yeah, something bigger. Right.
Yeah, I really want to do something where they're just like...
No, that's dope. That's real dope.
Yeah, pay it forward.
That's dope.
That's all I want to do.
I feel like, I did mention, like, what I want to come out of all of this. So I'm going to tell you what I want, because I'm a firm believer in throwing shit out there to the universe and watching it come back. So what I want is, and don't laugh at me, because I really want this. First of all, I want Monster to sponsor the fuck out of us. Yeah, because I drink a lot of Monster.
Yes, you do.
And that's what gets me amped up for this shit.
She's hyped all the time.
All the time, 24/7. And my mom's Puerto Rican, so that makes it worse. I want Mona Scott Young to come to Philadelphia and start a Love and Hip Hop Philadelphia, and for us to be on it. And I'm not going to be on there on no drama type shit. We just need to follow you and your love life with finding a new bae.
What?
Because that sounds like so much fun, right?
It wouldn't be.
And then I would be like, yes, it would be.
It would be. I feel like it would be our own thing. Like, hey, watch this girl struggle. That's what it is.
I don't think it's watch this girl struggle.
It is.
I mean, like, I don't know.
It's drought season. The summer came and it's just like, it's just dried up.
I bet you if your ass was on TV, they won't be that dry.
I'm hoping that if I am on TV,
it wouldn't be Love and Hip Hop. I mean, I just figured since we in a studio and all, it kind of like equates to hip hop, so.
It could. I feel like a DJ. Sometimes I feel like a DJ over here. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right. Yeah. I mean, if I'm on TV, I would do. Honestly, I would be on TV for anything. So I would be on like Love and Hip Hop. I would do motherfucking Fear Factor.
I was about to ask about Fear Factor. I don't want no parts at all. Y'all won't be having me eating fucking cockroaches on TV.
See, I could do that. Like, I feel like I need to prepare myself for the end of the world because it can happen at any moment. So if I need to eat a cockroach, but I get $50,000, I'm eating a cockroach, bruh. Like, I'm fucking it up.
You
I'm
want
like,
me to hold your hair back?
You hold my hair back.
Give me some hot sauce?
Give me the hot sauce. Pour pouring on the roach. You know what I'm saying? Can I grill them a little bit? Take out my lighter, grill them up a little bit, put some hot sauce on it, make sure it's crunchy. It probably tastes like chicken. That's what they say everything tastes like.
No,
tastes
not
like
fam.
chicken.
Nah.
Straight up.
Nah, I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
I've been thinking actually going on that show, Married at First Sight. Talk about that. Let's go ahead and get it over with. Why not? Find my soulmate. Let me get married to him.
Him?
Them.
Her.
Them.
Okay.
Her. Yeah, her.
It. I don't know. You know, to each his own. I'm not here to judge if that's what you want to do.
To each his own.
To each his own.
Don't judge. Okay. But yeah, Love and Hip Hop would be dope.
That would be so dope.
What would be your
I feel
part,
like
though? I would be the single, lonely person.
And I'd be your right hand man.
The sidekick.
First of all, your right hand man's and sidekick is not the same.
Sidekick
Sidekick is below.
I'll have the motorcycle. You got the little car.
You definitely did say that I had a lazy eye before. Now you putting me in the little car. I feel like
Goggles,
next you're going to be like, you got to walk around with the white helmet on.
Yeah, helmet.
No.
It's for safety.
I don't want the white car. the white helmet or the little car. I don't want that. I'm your wingman. I'm your right hand man's up here. Right, so I need to be up there pointing bitches out like, yeah, that one right there.
You don't do that in real life? I just asked you to start sliding DMs for me. What did you say?
No, you asked me to help you slide in DMs.
Yeah.
No, you did. You definitely did.
Right. You just repeated exactly what I said.
I can't do this.
Yeah, so what you talking about? You be faking on TV like you do it in real life. I need you to do it in real life.
I'm not sliding in DMs for you. I'll teach you a thing or two about sliding in DMs.
Yes.
If you want, I can edit a couple pictures for you.
I do need some. I need to get back on social media, matter of fact.
You probably do.
That's how I know I made it, when I can hire someone to run my accounts.
You can hire me.
I've been asked.
No. Hiring and asking are two different things. I said you can hire me. That's a weekly check coming through.
How do I hire you?
Well, I definitely have a PayPal account. Got Venmo, got Cash App, got all that. We could do cold hard cash if you want.
So if we do become friends, even if we make it, do you feel like we'll still be friends?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like my connection with you is like on a deeper level than with like regular friends. Mm-hmm. Like it's almost like yin and yang. Like you and I are the opposite, but we understand each other. Mm-hmm. So like you're the more docile one, and I'm out here loud and ratchet.
Yes.
And like you don't give a fuck. Like you don't judge me. You don't tell me to quiet down. No, none of that. I can be out there showing my ass to the whole world. You be like, this is typical Marquita. So what are we getting for dinner?
Yeah, honestly, the friends and people that keep close to me are the people who I wish I could show that side of me. Because everybody, I feel like I have it deep down. But
what, the ratchet side?
The ratchet side, the person that just don't give a fuck. You in anybody's face, you approach anybody. You just out there. Mm-hmm. I bring people around me who are like that because I needed to come out in some form. And so they basically live my life for me, basically.
They don't live your life for you. It's just that, like, you know who you are. You just got to be comfortable. Plus, like, you're not from Philadelphia.
Not at all. No.
And then, like...
John.
There we go. Working on it. Getting better.
John.
You're not from Philadelphia. You just figured out that the gallery wasn't that far away. Like, you still learning your surroundings. You're still meeting new people. You got to be 100% comfortable. This is my hometown. I'm from here. Like... I know the ins and outs. I know where to go and who to go and who to go with and stuff like that. Like when I lived up in upstate New York, I wasn't comfortable up there. Girl, I was a fucking homebody with 3 friends. Ain't never go nowhere. I lived around the corner from almost what you could say was like Old City. You know how Old City pop and it's like all the bars and stuff down there. Like that's how it was in my neighborhood. Like I didn't live in a typical neighborhood in upstate New York. Like I lived where everything was like in the thick of it all. And I swear to God, I only went to the club like a couple times.
That's why you had to go?
Well, yeah, I mean I was bored up there, but at the same time, like I was coming home every other weekend.
So you might as well just came back.
Yeah, I came back because I wanted to go back to school. And like up there, like I was isolated. When you're somewhere where you don't really know anybody, like how do you know who to go out with? Bitches will call themselves your friends and use you.
Right. So the success for you when you feel like you made it, is it in Philly? Are you living in Philly or are you living somewhere else?
I don't That's a problematic question. And you asked that shit on purpose. I love Philadelphia. Yeah. I really do. Like, this will always be my home. Like, I've lived in a couple different places and I've always come back home. Success for me is having a home here and having a home somewhere else.
A little highway.
So, yeah, so, like, when I come home, like, and that's another thing, like, I love my loft. I love my loft. My loft is perfect. First of all, you've been in my house before. My shit is the Princess Palace. Like, that is everything Marquita.
Absolutely.
But I feel like, you know, like, I can't ever give that up. Like, that's my space. Until, like, we make it to a point where, like, I feel like I need security or something, I'm not giving that space up. Like, I worked hard. Not came from nothing, but, you know, just a year ago, I didn't have shit.
Right.
I had absolutely nothing. I was damn near on the verge of being homeless, and I crawled my way up from the depths of fucking despair, and I earned every little thing that I got. I'm not letting that the fuck go. I'll have a home here and a home somewhere else and a home somewhere else. I don't give a fuck. The rent will be paid everywhere. The bills will be paid everywhere. The mortgage will be paid everywhere. That's when I know I made it.
Absolutely. When
I could walk around and be like, those bills are already paid for the next 6 months in advance, but I won't be home.
So I know the story, but the people who we are speaking to, how many, you know, the few listeners that we do have, they're probably wondering, how do we get here to this moment where we are recording this podcast for them?
Oh, you want the history of the podcast?
Yes.
Ooh, fuego.
Kate?
Fuego. So, gotta readjust myself. The podcast came about because my sister and I used to have these dope ass fucking conversations. My sister, like, she's my baby sister, but she's not that much younger than me. She's my rock. We're so much alike. We live two different lifestyles, even though we're pretty much damn near the same person. Sometimes she could be out there and I'd be trying to reel her back in, but at the end of the day, like, that's a part of her personality and I appreciate her for all of that.
Right.
So one day we were sitting and we were talking and we were laughing like we normally do, and she was just like, well, we should have a podcast. And I'm like, But then it hit me. At the end of last year, and I know a lot of people don't believe in tarot readers, but I went to a tarot reader. And a tarot reader was telling me, like, how, like, what do I do with my YouTube and, you know, how I move on from there. And she mentioned podcasts, but I completely forgot about it. I kept the notes that she personally wrote, though.
Right.
So there was a lot of different things that she told me. But it wasn't until my sister was all like, we should start a podcast. And then I went into the drawer, because everybody got a junk drawer in the kitchen. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Everybody.
If you black, you got a junk drawer. So I went to my junk drawer, and I pulled out the notes, and I'm reading through them, because I'm like, wow, this would be like a level up for, you know, my YouTube. And this podcast written down. Mm-hmm. So I told my sister, like, we can do this. Right. Like I said, I'm a firm believer of putting things out in the universe, so I let her know. We can do this. Mm-hmm. We can put our all into it. And I'm going to tell you right now, the tarot reader told me, and she specifically said, Marquita, you cannot do this alone. She didn't give me anything else. Mm-hmm. That was a vague statement. But I just knew that this was like destiny for me and my sister. Like, we got this. We prepared the launch and everything, and we basically set aside 2 months. But in that 2 months, I started to realize that I was carrying most of the weight. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I was the one getting all the information. Little things I was asking her to do, she wasn't doing them. Down to, you know, us finding our theme music. It's like, why do I have to tell you things 3 and 4 times in a row? You my sister, I'm always going to love you, but right now, you're not on board with me.
Lit this fire under my ass, now I'm ready to go.
Right, exactly. And the fact of the matter is that I'm lighting a fire under yours and you blowing that shit out.
Right.
Like, over and over and over and over again. You just keep blowing it out. And then when she would come over and we would sit down and we would talk about it, she was there, but it was like she wasn't fully there. And I don't need you to be partially there. I need you to be 100% there. So I finally got fed up. I was, you know, going back and forth between the idea of doing it and not doing it. So I finally got fed up. And I turned around and I went to her and I was like, listen, I'm not doing a podcast. Mm-hmm. And she really didn't have anything to say. My whole thing is that if this is my dream, mm-hmm. I'd be like, fuck you mean we not doing a podcast?
Of course we doing a podcast.
Hell yeah. But that wasn't her response. Mm-hmm. So before she even had a chance to say anything, because I waited, she didn't say anything. I hit her back and I was just like, listen, I feel like I don't have your cooperation. I feel like I'm doing all this on my own. You know, I'm like, I can't continue this. Right. And this is something I really want to do, but I can't do it on my own, and you dragging us down. So she spit back. Of course, she took it like out of proportion. Well, not out of proportion, because she basically felt like I was coming at her neck. But the fact of the matter is that I was speaking nothing but facts. Right. And I let her know, like, Ma, the only thing you did was buy some makeup and a dress. And that was for us to take pictures. And, you know, I had a friend that was going to take the pictures for us. And I was like, little do you know, like, I've been gathering all this information. I found a professional photographer. Like, I'm really out here, right? I'm trying to get shit done. Right. So now I got to drop you. You don't want to do what you got to do. I got to drop you. And it is what it is. Mm. I told her I wasn't doing it, but I knew that, like you said, the fire was lit in me. It was done. And I was 100% on board. And I was just like, this needs to get done. And the first person I thought of was you.
Yeah. Insert. Should we tell them how we met?
I mean, if you want to.
All right. So I was on this app looking spectacular as always, and Marquita could not help herself. So she slid in my DMs. And
first of all, there is no DMs on that app. Number one.
It was like, hey, what'd you say? What did you say?
I don't fucking remember.
I don't remember. But either way, about 2 or 3 sentences in, we were like, yo, don't you work at the same place I work?
Right. We realized that we were fucking co-workers, which was like the craziest part about it.
And she was like, oh yeah, I thought I recognized you. I was like, yeah, I recognize your ass. Like, why did we never speak in person?
Yeah.
So this person I had walked by for months and months and months. We became friends, you know, because it really wasn't. I think I was too real, you know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
I was a real one, you know, almost too real for her.
Hold on. Let me get on Google and fact check that statement. Just real quick, because
you know, I just gotta tell the people what it was. I was the realest ever.
You done?
And so she was. Like. So we decided, we was like, hey, look, it looks like we'd probably be better off as friends. And then like she became like my nigga for real.
Yeah, I did definitely did
all the time. Yeah.
And I think that like once we became cool, you kind of realized that like I'm like feminine, but there's like this whole other side to me where it's like her gayness is more than I ever thought it could possibly be, which kind of makes her like a stud. So this is kind of weird because I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, absolutely. Like that's the. I mean, we all have our submissive sides, but you know, we all have our dominant sides. I think at one point in time, you even made the comment. You was like, "Yo," because I was talking to you about something. You was like, I'm not used to this. And I was like, what? And you're like, this femme stuff coming from you. Like, this ain't you.
Yeah, you start getting in your feelings. I was like, what are you a girl? Like, what are you talking about? Man up.
And I'm like, look at my hair and my makeup. What do you mean I'm not a girl? What the fuck is that supposed to be?
Like, who am I talking to? Wait, you been a girl this whole time? I didn't know.
Hell yeah. It was so weird because I didn't realize, like, that, like, it's not that it's a persona, like, this is me, but I didn't realize that I was seen in that light, that, like, more masculine, more aggressive light, because, like, you know, when I look in the mirror, I'm just, like, 100% femme, like, fuck it.
Yeah, I see you as that, but then there's the other side. And fun fact, I never even told you this, but before you sent me that, because we would talk about the podcast, and she was, like, really excited about the podcast, and every time she talked about it, I was like, man, I wish I could do that with her. Like, that would be so dope, like, if I could be on this podcast with her.
You did tell me that.
I did? Okay. I didn't know if I did.
What happened was, after, you know, I dropped my sister like a bad habit, I dwelt on it for a little bit of time, and I waited, and then after that, I hit you up, and I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? And you was like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, I had to, you know, end the podcast with my sister, so I wanted to know if you wanted to do it with me. Yeah. And you was like, you know, I understand that your sister's your sister, but fuck her, I've been waiting to do this.
I didn't say fuck her. Yeah. But talk about somebody's family like that. But basically, that's what I said in my head, so she heard it. We shared the same brain.
But the fact of the matter is that from the very beginning, right? You was in there. You was in there, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Like we about to get this popping, and our turnaround time at that point, oh my God, we was only probably like a month away from what was supposed to be originally the release date. Yeah. And you were kind of hesitant at first. You was like, I don't know if we can pull it off. And I'm like, Jasmine, we can fucking do this.
Yeah.
We hit the ground running.
Yeah, so you did. And the thing about it is, we complement each other so well because I am absolutely the business behind this, but she is the face. And so when you have like those two things together, you know what I'm saying?
Right. We take on our own.
Right. And everybody gets the job done because everybody already knows like what's up. You know what I'm saying? She is who she is. Mm-hmm. You know, you're already this personality. And me, you know, I work with numbers all day, every day. So it just happened to fit.
It shows in the pictures too. Some of the pictures it shows where like you'll see me directly in front and then you'll see you next to me like a little tiny bit like, you know, behind me but still next to me. Mm-hmm. That's the way it is.
It absolutely is. And it really complements each other. Mm-hmm. So well, and she picked me only because every once in a while, I'll crack a joke and it's super funny.
No, it's not every once in a while. It's all day, every day. They don't get to hear like what I hear on an everyday basis, right? And like this is like us having free time, us at work, when we're at two different jobs, you know, when we're out running errands. Mm-hmm. There is a constant conversation of funny bullshit going on in the background 24/7. And, like, people don't even know that, but that's why, like, I was all like, Jasmine is somebody that I vibe with. And even in the beginning, we were clashing a little bit. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But we were still able to get our shit together and work through all of that and, you know, keep it the fuck moving. That's what it's all about. A lot of motherfuckers out here don't have that type of drive. And that's the whole thing about it. Like, I really wanted my sister to have that drive, and she just didn't. Right. I'm never going to love her any less, but the fact of the matter is like, when I make it to the top, don't call me asking me for... First of all, when I make it to the top, I'm blocking all my fucking family members on social media. Y'all niggas wasn't shooting with me in the gym.
You didn't already do that? You just learned that term. Because I said that to you, and you were like, what?
Yeah, but it totally was worth it. Because now it's like, it's my go-to
It makes so much sense, right?
It is. I'm about to put that shit up on my story. You wasn't shooting the fuck with me in the gym.
I never heard that. And I literally referenced that. She was like, what is that? Like,
I was like, fuck is you talking about?
I had to explain it to her. Kobe Bryant, all that happened.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm serious. Like, you know that, like, behind the scenes, the research and everything, like, I'm constantly digging for information. Constantly. Every little tiny thing I find, I share it with you. Every single thing. That's what I was doing with my sister. I was doing that with my sister, and it just wasn't working out. So you see my work ethic behind the scenes. They don't get a chance to see that. My sister didn't appreciate that. Mm-hmm. So the fact of the matter is that when it comes to, like, us making it, I'm never going to completely leave my family in the dust, but y'all niggas definitely wasn't shooting with me in the gym. Right. And that's what it all boils down to, and that's just me being real. Like, I'm out here busting my ass. And another thing is, like, especially like on YouTube, I try and tell everybody, like, I'm a regular person. Mm-hmm. I work 56 hours a week. Yes. Like, niggas don't understand my hustle goes hard. With this podcast, I'm 7 days running. Yeah. 7 days. And I usually take a vacation every 2 months. I can't right now.
Right. We already made this pact that's when we'll take a vacation, when we get
our first big break.
What do you plan on doing with your check?
So I was thinking long and hard about this. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's either I'm going to pay my car off, or...
Cute little car.
It's not little. Stop calling my car little. I'm tired of y'all niggas calling my car little. All right. Or the vacation, or I'm gonna go get plastic surgery.
On what though?
On everything.
What?
Everything. What? Everything. What? I don't care. It's not about me right now. What's your dreams?
What do I plan? Yo, if I can get these student loans off my back, I think that would be a godsend. I don't even care if I ever make another check. I feel like I'll be rich once those are paid off. Like, I'll officially be rich once my student loans.
Yeah, I only got like $2,000 left on my student loans.
Are you serious? Mm-hmm. Man, I got tens of thousands.
And I pay money every single week.
So it's about to be done. Mm-hmm. So that's why you said your car first. People are usually always going to say house, car, student loans. Those are the first things.
Yeah, it's either my car. I mean, I want to go to Egypt because, like, that's the place that I've always wanted to go. Could you imagine me taking... As a matter of fact, it's not that I want to go to Egypt. I will go to Egypt.
Yes.
I will. I'm going to make it there. Somehow, some way, one day. And I'm going to still have money in my bank. Not, go broke. Because for real, if I wanted to go to Egypt now, I absolutely could. I can go for like 10 days.
What are you doing in Egypt for 10 days?
I want to experience the culture. I want to, see the civilization, this great civilization that my ancestors built. Like, I want to, the thing about it is that when you look at the hieroglyphs, all them people in the hieroglyphs are not tan.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are brown.
Right.
I had my ancestry done.
Mm-hmm.
I know where my people are from.
Mm-hmm.
So, when it comes to, like, wanting to know more about the earlier civilizations, like, all of that, like, I just get wrapped up in all of that.
Yeah.
Every single tiny bit of aspect, from everyday life to not just the shit that, they publicize on TV, like, every little tedious things down, to the common person, the workers, the animals, how people live, that they were amazing.
They have some dope cats that you
Okay. I mean, like, think about it like this, right? They were doing brain surgery back then.
Really? People were surviving?
Hell yeah, they were surviving.
No.
You don't believe me?
No.
I could pull up some. Now, first of
Brain
all, you
surgery,
know.
Anesthesia.
Yes, let me tell you, right? They were so smart. Nowadays, I come from the health field.
Mm-hmm.
We use Meta Honey.
Mm-hmm.
They were using it back then.
Mm-hmm.
They're not dumb, not at all. But that's why, like, I'm so captivated. Like, the thing about it is that we can't write history because we weren't alive during that time.
Mm-hmm. But,
what we do find out is so fascinating because you think that this shit is modern, but, it's all from antiquities. Like, you can't, if that shit don't blow your mind, I'm trying to be over there.
Yeah.
Like, experiencing it firsthand. And this is another thing people tend to forget about, is that we all don't come from kings and queens.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, we're remnants of kings and queens. No, the fuck we all are not. I'm fine with being from the common person.
Yeah.
That's why I want to see how the common person lives. So that's my goal. Hell yeah.
Egypt.
Try and get out there. Hell yeah.
Egypt.
Hell yeah, I want to see the Great Pyramids. I want to see the Sphinx. I want to go to Cairo and Kadesh, and I want to take that trip back into the past and appreciate the beauty. I want to appreciate the beauty
of Egypt. Yeah, I would love to do that around the world, like visit some really dope spots. You know what I'm saying? Take a year off, spend a week.
A year? You drawing?
A year? What's wrong with that? Like,
you see this empire we're trying to build?
Yes,
I will slap the fuck out of you.
Did I say I want to do that as soon as we come out? No, I said I want to do that sometime in my life. Eventually, I have to retire.
A year?
If I could do that,
after retirement, that's fine.
I mean, if I could do that when I'm younger so that I can actually keep up, that would be better.
If you take care of yourself, you will.
That's true. That is true.
I don't take care of myself. I'm about to
sip that Monster.
Mm-hmm. And this what, my second one?
Yes, it is your second one.
Delicious.
It's ridiculous.
But first of all, I forgot to do this in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Let me just give a shout out to Brown Out Studios.
Oh, absolutely.
For this crystal clear clarity.
Yes.
Now listen to me sip. Niggas get paid to do that on Instagram and YouTube.
Do we get twice as much if we both sip?
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Okay, you take a sip, then let me take a sip.
No, you take a sip because I just did 3 of them and I'm already hyped up, jacked up on the juice.
You got higher off the juice. All right, hold on.
What type of sound effects is that?
I got a slurp. Oh, I got a slurp. My bad.
Do you hear that, ladies? You hear that slurp?
No. You see how I could slurp the first time because it's been that long? I didn't even know how to slurp no more. I was like, what is that?
Yo, I'm so done with you, radio. Yo, that is so funny. That's so funny.
Who slurps it up? So what does your personal life look like when you make it? Do you plan on probably already having kids by that time? Or?
Oh, absolutely. I just want one child.
Just one? Spoil
I just want one child.
Boy or girl?
It don't matter as long as it's a healthy baby. That's the only thing that matters to me, is that my child is healthy. And the thing about it is that, like, I don't want to have a child to spoil the child. And I don't want to have a child, because a lot of people have kids because they think that, like, oh, I'm going to have a child because I need somebody to take care of me when I get older.
Yeah, selfish.
Very selfish.
Yeah.
I want a child for the simple fact that I want to have the experience of growing another human life inside of me. because that to me is magical.
It really is.
A lot of people, like, first of all, some people can't do it, depend on, you know, different reasons and problems and stuff like that. And then men definitely can't do it.
Absolutely not.
So for me, it's like for my body to be able not only to breathe life into this world, but to carry it and sustain it and keep it safe and healthy until, you know, that baby is ready to, you know, hatch its egg and get evicted from my apartment.
Yeah, the uterus.
Right, exactly.
Right.
That's like, that is a miracle to me. Can I deal with pain? Absolutely the fuck not. I don't know. I'm be like in a waiting room, like, nah, this, y'all can't let it out yet. It gotta go back in. How do we close up the you know?
Yeah. For real, my cousin, she said, my cousin slept right through it. They gave her the epidural. She woke up and there was a baby. That's what I'm trying to do. I just want to wake up and be like, oh my gosh, there's a person here that I've been letting develop in my whole body. And like the thing about it is when I tell people like, oh, you're gonna get pregnant, I'm like, yeah, because most studs you hear from, it's like, no, I'm not getting pregnant.
You're a woman.
But do you understand you get to be a part of growing a person? Like you grew a person inside of you. That's like some dope ass science right there. It's like the dopest thing that I feel like that's the dopest thing that a woman can, like, you can literally produce life.
Right.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
I mean, I think the dopest thing that a girl can do is make it clap, but yeah, producing life is also pretty dope too.
In a handstand. Make it happen in a handstand. You really dope. Let me see them thighs jiggle. Ooh, I was waiting for you to say something gay. You've been pretty just like neutral this whole conversation.
Oh yeah, because my gayness is far out there.
Yeah.
Like it's bad sometimes. Like it's so bad. Like sometimes I'll be like embarrassingly gay, where I'll be like, did I just say that out loud?
You did.
Like I was at work last night and they were talking about flirting, and I was asleep. Number one, I was passed out, and it was right before. Well, no, I'm not. Don't even say that. It was around the end of my shift, and I was.
When you start passing out for like
true.
a good hour. Yeah.
So I got up and I just like jumped in the conversation. I was just like, well, if it helps, I flirt with random women all the fucking time, and I'm in a room full of men, and like it was so crazy because like nobody said anything. Everybody just shook their head like, yeah, this is true. She does do that. So I mean, do you notice yourself doing it, or is it just something that just naturally happens? It depends on my surroundings.
Okay.
I don't like to be anywhere where I, like, these are my people. Like, I've been fucking with these niggas for over a year now. Like, they know me. Like, they know me like the back of their hands. Like, I'm at work every fucking day, all day. So, like, we spend a lot of time together. But as far as, like, people out on the street, I don't like to draw attention to myself.
Of course.
They'd be like, hey, yo, man. I'd be like, I'm straight, but I'm not interested.
So sorry, bud. So sorry. You gotta try the next one. I feel you. That's how I know I made it, when talking to women becomes something easier, because it's more of them approaching me and it's like, hey, I know how much clout you have. I'm willing to.
You should want to be with a bitch because she know you got clout. You need to.
I didn't say I wanted to be with her.
Oh, you just want to smash and pass.
Exactly. Like, come on.
You're like, when the thought and bopping can start.
Yes, absolutely.
You sound like one of these fucking NBA players. Like, yeah, we're about to go on tour, and so come through the telly.
Yeah, I want to be an NBA player and be able to give those excuses like, hey, it's just part of the game. You know what I'm saying?
That's really fucked up.
I mean, it happens.
That's fucked up. You shouldn't want to be that guy.
I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be that girl.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, that's cool.
I mean, what's wrong? If we're both if it's mutually beneficial for both of us. I'm not saying that I plan on cheating on whoever I'm with, because of course
it's a difference between just out here thotting and bopping and then being in a committed relationship and cheating. Exactly. That's two different things.
I plan on thotting and bopping.
For a while.
Yeah.
And then it's going to get old.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably old now, but...
No, it's not old now because it'll be new. It's going to be exciting for you.
Because it's never happened to me before.
Right, exactly.
Since I first got dreadlocks.
For all the women that are listening to this podcast, when we go on tour, come through my nigga telly. Like, that's it.
Yes. Come through. My nigga, come through. All are welcome. If you want to throw some underwear, you know...
Or just plain old throw it the fuck back, like.
Side note, speaking of throwing underwear, I went to this Miguel concert. Right?
Somebody threw their underwear?
No, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Went to this Miguel concert. This nigga can sing his ass off. He's absolutely incredible. And This Pussy Is Mine came on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was so into Miguel. Like, I was just like, yes, this pussy is mine. Bitches started throwing their underwear. I definitely wanted to throw mine, but it was in boxers. So I didn't want to like offend Miguel. So if I ever go to another Miguel concert, I'm stashing some panties in my pocket because I'm throwing them at Miguel. I have to.
I'm sorry, but you should have just wore like
That's what I wear. I only have like boxers and briefs. I felt like he might have been offended if I would have threw my boxers and brief on stage. I don't think he would have been like, oh, it's that stud girl right there.
No, or you could spray them down with perfume first before you throw them.
Yeah, I'm assuming he would just think it's some gay nigga.
I didn't think that one fully through. But
I'm just looking at some panties. I'm gonna throw it at Miguel.
The Lacey Jones, you want me to take you panty shopping?
Get the cutest panties. Miguel concert, I'm coming for you, Miguel. Just wait, bro. Just wait. Or I can throw some boxes at him, and then once we make it, I can talk to him personally about, like, hey, remember that show you did in Philadelphia? Somebody threw their boxes on stage. Yeah. That was actually me. I know you didn't keep those. I wish you would have.
Or you could just attach your picture to them.
Oh, right. Okay. I gotta get my good side. My girlier side. Which side is the girlier side? So that he definitely knows. Is it my left? Or is it the right?
You see me automatically turn my head to look somewhere else. Like we not about to do this right now. We not about to do this.
I feel you. That's success. Being able to tell Miguel myself that those are my boxers.
Hell yeah. Now listen, let me ask you a question. When you go and you sit down with Miguel,
right?
To maybe I think that's kind of what I want. I want us to be able to go to TV. Like, I want us to have, like, MTV or VH1 or something. So, if you were to sit down, like, if we got our own shit off the ground and you were to sit down with Miguel, who would you bring along with you for the ride up? Like, would you have, like, one of your homies, like, one of your best friends, like, as a support system or what?
I really plan on, well, of course you would probably be there, right? Because
I don't fuck with you like that.
Okay, so you been kicked off the bus. Of course I would have to, have my day ones there with me. I see in so many situations where people are just surrounded with people that they met later on in life. So if I can just keep my small circle, like, I was listening to this Logic interview and they were like, oh, so who do you hang out with? He was like, no fucking body. Like, I go to the studio, I come back home, it's me and my wife, my best friend, I've known for forever. Yeah. That's it. Like, my small circle close. Yeah. So that's probably who'll be with me. My best friend Chelsea.
Yeah. Ciao.
Of course, she would have to be there. And then my friend Monique. You know what I'm saying? And when I got to college, I actually learned how to twerk from my nigga Coco. We called her Coke Monies. So she would have to be
Coke
there.
Monies?
Coke Monies, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's her rap name?
No, she's not a rapper, actually.
Ooh.
She's a...
that would be a dope-ass rap name, though. Coke Monies?
No, we call her Pocket Size Dyke, because she's about 4'11". And she's gay, so she's like our little pocket size.
So she looks like somebody's preteen son?
No, she's a femme.
Oh.
Like, you kept trying to make her understand, bro. Like, first she was a rapper, like...
So sorry about that.
Yo, why did you want to make
I'm
her
sorry
a stud?
so bad. Because when you say pocket size dyke, that's what I mean. I just think
dyke is usually the
right. Yeah, more masculine. So
yeah. Then I said Coke Monies. That's right. Like, okay. So I wasn't representing her right.
I do have people that like have been in my inner circle for years. Unfortunately, like, I had to kick people to the curb as of recently, like within like the past year, I did, because I believe that like loyalty is everything. I'm not bringing you to the top with me if you're not loyal. Like, you don't deserve it, then you don't deserve it, and I'm not going to keep you the fuck around. I'm that type of person. Like, I believe that people come in seasons, and unfortunately, like, my best friend. The very first episode we did, I talked about my best friend, and in that episode, I probably, got some heat back for it, whether I heard it or not. But like, we not friends no more. Like, fuck her. So like, she wasn't a loyal person, and she was doing things very underhandedly. And time after time, I was making excuses for her. But like, I'm not one of those people that's like going to keep brushing shit off over and over again. Like, if you don't deserve it, you don't deserve it. I'm gonna kick you the fuck out my life, and I'm gonna move on. So you can sit back with your, your boring ass lifestyle and watch me do my thing. And like, when I'm out here on TV or getting blocked from Twitter for being problematic as fuck. Like, you're gonna be sitting at home, sitting on the couch, doing the same shit you've been doing.
Oh, damn. I mean...
Fuego.
That's what happens. So who are you taking with you?
My fish.
Oh, what's the fish's name?
His name is Mo.
Are there new shrimp? I want to feed him the shrimp.
Okay, so I told you the last time that I accidentally killed them.
Oh
I don't know why you're bringing this up on air.
Because
you know that I accidentally killed them.
The first batch they grew, you let me watch them for a little bit. I was supposed to be there with you to feed it.
I got a video. I got a video of him eating it, trying to. The shrimp was trying to run away from him, and he just like mock, and just it was real. And I think he was upset with me for a while because he had to chase his food. He was mad as shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not my problem. You want fresh food or you want the shit from the can forever?
Also, you don't do shit all day, so I just gave you something to do. Because all you do is swim around in a circle.
Yeah. But the thing about it is that, like, for his birthday, I brought him a life-size tour. Huh?
You gave him a birthday?
I gave him a birthday present.
No, I'm saying, but you gave him a birthday also.
Oh, his adoption date when I got him.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a year from when I had got him. He wasn't that old when I got him. Excuse me. I brought him a life-size fish, and like he actually swam with the fish. He wasn't scared of it. The second it touches the water, the fins already start flapping and it swims. And he was fine with it being in there. He was completely fine. He was chilling.
Company.
Yeah, it was company for him. And normally, like, they'll attack anything moving.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but he didn't attack it at all. He swam with it. So I thought that was so dope. I don't know if it had something to do with it being the same size as him. But yeah, that little nigga don't do nothing all day. Get on my goddamn nerves. And then, like, people don't understand, like, fish have personalities.
Yeah.
He had, like, animals have personalities. And he do this thing because my cats used to do it. My cats used to do this thing where, like, they would whine. And then me and my ex had no idea they was getting double doses of food every day. Because you're only supposed to feed them once. And I finally got fed up after, like, 3 months. And I'm like, yo, why don't you fucking feed them? Like, why I got to come home every day and feed them? And she was like, what are you talking about? I feed them every morning. And I'm like, what? They was getting double dosages of food from us. It was crazy. Like, they was getting two whole plain. And he does the same thing. So what he does is he comes over to me when I stand in front of the tank, and he flares his face out. And he makes this ugly, hideous face. And then I drop his food in, and he goes and eats it. And then he be chilling. He comes over to the side of the tank where I am. He'll follow me around the tank and won't flare his face up as long as he get that fucking food. As long as he get that food. Niggas done told me he was going to be obese. They said he looked like the fish from fucking Super Mario 3. Remember the giant fish?
Wait, can a fish become obese? I've never seen an obese fish, I think.
I don't know. A certain somebody said that he won't be able to swim. He's just going to sit on the bottom of the tank all day because he's going to be too fat.
Oh, he don't got shit else to do?
He don't have shit else to do. Like, what the fuck? Then he get mad when I change his water. He be mad as shit up in that tank. When I change his water, he be mad as shit. He hate that.
That's how I killed my beta, because I didn't know that you're supposed to leave some, like, old water in the tank.
Yeah, well, I chemically treat his water regardless. Yeah, I treat his water anyway.
I kill, like, a couple fish.
Yeah, nah, I chemically treat his water. He be chilling. And then, like, his shit has to be set up the same exact way every single time, or he just be nasty.
That's a problem. That's also the problem. So, you're going to take your fish.
Mm-hmm.
What person? Are you taking any people on that road trip to meet who? I'm meeting Miguel. Who are you meeting?
Well, if I have to meet anybody, anybody out of the, what we say, 6-7 billion people, maybe even 8 billion people, it would definitely have to be Janelle Monáe.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not taking nobody because I plan on just throwing this thing at her.
She don't... You can't go straight for a celebrity as soon as you become famous.
Trying to put it on her sideburns.
Oh my God.
Yes. I'm not taking not one single person but some negligee, and that's it.
Speaking of pussy, right? I went back home, right? And I told people, I was like, yo, Marquita was saying she's going to say pussy all the time. Yeah. Because that's her word.
It is my word.
And they were just like, what? They don't say box up there?
No, like, we don't say no goddamn box. How old are you?
Box. It's not an age thing. It's about being a lady.
Nah,
okay?
That's because you're from Hick Cityville.
Nah, I think it's really a southern thing versus like a up north thing. Like, y'all just be
They was grossed out.
Pussy.
They was like, pussy.
Like, Jasmine, when did you start? Now, mind you, I didn't say like bitch 1,000,000,001 times. As soon as I said pussy, I'm like, oh, your mouth.
The vulgarity.
Right.
My God.
Right. You gotta like box. Like, it's really simple. Everybody knows what you're talking about. When you start saying pussy, like, it takes it to a whole other level.
So, this is for all of Jasmine's friends and people from her hometown.
Why do you call it hometown?
I don't know, but pussy.
What do you say where you're from? Hometown?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the fuck else am I supposed to say?
I just feel like you try to make it more country than what it was.
What, hometown?
I'm not from the country. I'm from Virginia. It's literally a mixture of everybody.
Let me tell you what I just heard, right? I'm not from the country. It's literally a mix of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you sound.
Right. You want me to say how you sound?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just keep that in your back pocket for later.
I will. I definitely will. It has never sounded like that. She literally gave me a Forrest Gump accent in her mind. As soon as I said I was from Virginia, if I would have never said that, then she would have never had that accent.
She sounds like she chews on straw all day and eat tobacco. No?
If that's what I sound like, please comment under this video and let me know so that I can start these speech classes before we make it.
No, on a serious note, who am I going to take up with me? I got a couple of people, and you know, like, I tell people all the time, like, when it comes to celebrities, they build up their team out of the people that they came up with.
Right.
And so, like, I just started, like, in my mind, designating different jobs to different people. Like, she could do this, she could do that. And, like, you know, like, one of my sisters is one of them. Mm-hmm. And, I mean...
The one you was doing the podcast with?
No, it's another sister.
Okay.
But she, like, even when I sat down and I talked to her, because, like, she had some things going on in her personal life, I was like, if I bring you with me, you gotta leave that bullshit at home.
Yeah.
And that's just all what it comes down to. And she was like, you all ready? And I'm like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Nah, I'm serious, though. Like, my sister, like, you think I'm a G, she a G.
Right.
That motherfucker's a G. She's a vicious one. So, like, she understands, like, sometimes you gotta sacrifice certain things to make it. Mm-hmm. And, like... when you wanna, you know, like, you wanna make those big bucks, like, some of that shit, that personal shit, you gotta sit to the side. Not permanently, but, you know, you wanna hustle, you gotta hustle.
Absolutely.
That's my motto. It just is what it is. That's why my work ethic now is what it is. And some people just be like, you just never stop. You never stop. And I'm like, are you stupid? You can't ever stop. No, that's not the way this shit works. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep grinding and keep moving forward. And, you know, just...
That's exactly how niggas fall off and be forgotten.
What, by stopping and shit?
Yeah. And I feel like if you get your foot in the door, you should run that shit into the ground.
Hell yeah. Stop
Literally.
that shit.
You know how many people want to get a chance? How many people want to get their foot in the door? How many people try? And then you actually get there and you're just like, I made it. I can stop now.
Nah, that's not the way it is.
The hustle never stops. I think, like, my biggest motivation, like, that's that nigga Diddy, man. Like, this nigga is non-stop. Mm-hmm. And if you can have that type of hustle, you can really...
Yeah, his hustle ethic is really crazy because every time you turn around, he drops an artist, so... Always looking for the next best thing. Artists never last more than... I'm surprised French Montana is, like, still out there, like, heavy because he's the only one outside of, like, Biggie that I can say, like, really lasted, like...
Do you think it's Diddy or is it the artist? Like, do you think it's, like, his problem that the people don't want more from their career, or do you think it's him that's only wanting, like, one hit from them?
Well, this is the problem. I don't know any of them.
Don't know nobody. No.
Not near one single of them, so I could never, ever say what it is. I just know that there's a pattern that I've watched because, you know, Diddy's been around since I was, like, you know, knee-high to a grasshopper. So, like, I just watched so many artists that he brought into the limelight, and then slowly but surely out of nowhere they started to fade till you stop hearing from them. Yeah,
but that has happened to literally everybody who has broke multiple artists. Some artists do it. Like when Young Money first came out, how many niggas was on there?
I don't know.
A bunch.
Yeah.
Young Money was a whole conglomerate. 2 made it. Jay-Z put out multiple acts. They not still around. I think Rick Ross, he brought out some, you know, some dope acts and they lasted for a little bit. But I feel like everybody that puts artists out, that happens to. It just so happened that Diddy's was on TV, you know, multiple seasons of Making a Band and stuff like that. But I feel like it happens to all of them.
With Diddy, it's like, That's a large number, but I think it's a large number because he's been out since I probably was like not born.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm thinking, right?
So, you know.
Like he's been doing it for so
a
long.
really, really long time. So, yeah, that kind of makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. You never think about shit like that. You don't think about it in that light either.
Yeah, that, I mean, it happens to, like, some people just make it, some people don't.
Yeah.
Like, some people are hungry for it. And I feel like Diddy's so hungry that he pushes his artists. And if you don't have that same hunger and that same drive, he's not going to pay attention to you. Like, he's always ready to do it.
Do you know who that sounds like?
Who?
Me.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here, girl.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Make this man.
When you were just like, I don't know. And I was like, listen, Jasmine, we're going to fucking do this. I'm going to get this done right. You got to believe. But I'm constantly, and I'm not sure, I don't know if I did it with you as well. But I definitely know I did it with my sister. I came to her and I was like, I need you to understand that I 100% believe in us. We can do this. Like, no holds barred. We can do this.
My nigga, I said yes immediately. I literally said, I've been waiting for this phone call. I am ready.
I know. You were like, fuck your sister. I can't wait. No, you never said that.
Batman, I will be your Robin.
Yeah, you will actually be Alfred, but whatever.
Really, though? Dang.
Somebody got to get my Batmobile ready.
I know, but I'm hoping...
You got to get my Batmobile ready.
That's why I said, who you bringing with you to go meet Monet, because that's going to be...
You're not coming with me.
Okay,
because you seem like you're going to try and hit on her girlfriend. And I don't need that.
She is fine.
I don't need that. If I'm trying to holler at Janelle Monáe, I don't need you breathing down her girlfriend's neck.
I'm very respectful of relationships.
Well, I'm not. So, Janelle Monáe, call me.
Relationships.
Call me. I need you in my DM. Call me.
She's probably not, because you literally just mentioned her girlfriend.
That might not be her girlfriend.
I
don't know. They might not be.
There you go.
It's wishful thinking, okay?
All right.
Damn.
Okay.
You just out here shitting on me left and right.
I'm only trying to meet Miguel because I want to ask him for his sperm.
Ooh.
I'm trying to have babies out here. You know how pretty my baby would be?
Don't think that a pretty nigga's gonna give you a pretty baby.
I have better odds. Okay? I have better odds. If more heterosexual women chose their life mate based on the way that he looked and hopefully the way that their baby will come out, I feel like there would be a lot more.
And a lot of them do, and that's why they end up with ain't shit baby daddies and cute babies that they dress like the boyfriends that they never really had.
I don't need the baby daddy, though.
Problematic.
I don't need the baby daddy, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they need the baby daddy.
They do. So you saying that all ugly niggas are good baby daddies?
No, not at all.
So I'd rather have a cute, not shit baby daddy than an ugly, not shit baby daddy.
I get what you're saying. I don't know. I mean, you can just always go to a bank.
A bank and do what?
A sperm bank.
Oh.
Because with the sperm banks now, because I have looked at a couple of them, they have
Me too.
They have the pictures of the guys when they were younger, so you can see what they look like when they were younger, and you know, which is pretty dope.
That is. So you are. So since you are black and Puerto Rican, do you think you're gonna have a black or a Puerto Rican donor?
I don't know.
It's whatever picture catches your attention the most.
Yeah, I guess. Plus, it also has something to do with, you know, whoever I'm with as well.
Oh, what they want to do?
It just has to be a mutual thing because this is like, it's the same thing if you were with a guy. Like, you guys have to agree.
I don't think I have to agree on, like, what.
If I'm with you and if I'm with you and we're planning a baby together, then there has to be some type of agreement.
Agreement
on just everything. Like, we have to go down the list because, you know, they show credentials and everything.
So I think that you don't believe that most babies are by accident and the parents are actually sitting down having this conversation.
No, but this is the thing. Most babies are by accident. I'm a product of, you know, my mom not finding out that she was pregnant until she was 4 months. Gave birth at 6.
A VCR and a leather skirt, from what I've heard. VCRs that just came out.
So
my dad brought one over, the leather skirt. My mom busted it.
Your mom the shiznits.
She really is. She
gave it up for a VCR.
Bruh, whenever VCRs was $400 back in the day. Okay?
Yeah, your mom
early
was 90s. Lit. Your mom was lit. No. Like, I understand that, like, most kids are born from accidents, but mine won't be.
Right.
So I don't have to go through that process of being like, oh, well, you know. So it just is what it is.
I feel you.
But unfortunately, everybody, this has been a very, very interesting segment. That was so much fun to discuss. Yeah, how do you feel about this whole segment, everything that we talked about?
This segment was really just a mashup of what a possible future will look like for us.
Yeah. And what we want and where we came from.
Exactly.
How it started.
Yeah, all of that. Like what we want, where we came from, what we plan on doing with it. That's something that I feel like everybody should think about, because if you have like a clear path and a clear future plan, like you're actually reaching for that. Like if you don't have nothing to reach for, it's just like you're just living day to day and just, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, you got a plan.
Yeah, just a fucking feather in the wind. That's it.
So what you want to leave our listeners with?
What do I want to leave our listeners with? You could literally do no matter what. Like even if we have 0 listeners for this podcast, we can actually say, yo, we had an idea and we did it. We don't have to wake up, in 30, 40 years and just be like, man,
I wish I would have did it. Yeah. We don't. Yeah,
like,
we hit the ground. Literally hit the ground running.
Yeah, like why not? Like if you're like, yo, man, 20, 30 years, I should have did that. No, just go ahead and do it. The outcome doesn't matter. What does matter is that you don't have any regrets, because there's not one person who is dead that decided, hey, I should have not done that thing I didn't do.
True.
That's what I want to leave them with.
True.
You feel me?
All right, guys. We will be back with a new episode next Friday.
Yeah. So watch out for that.
Okay.
Yeah. @_red tag.
@Mixed Butterfly.
@A Couple Johns podcast.
A couple what?
A Couple Johns.
Johns.
There
we go.
A Couple Johns podcast. If I don't say it hard, I don't say it right. A Couple Johns podcast. If I just try to slip it in, it don't come out right.
True. All right, guys.
All right, man. Y'all enjoy your night.
Good night.